Data loss corruption. Imagine spending hours writing a brilliant essay, saving the file, and when you try to open it the next day, the computer tells you the file is unreadable, or it opens to display a screen full of completely random, scrambled symbols. This nightmare scenario is exactly what we call data loss or data corruption. As you prepare for your CompTIA A+ Core 1 certification, specifically the objective covering drive and redundant array of independent disks issues, you must understand that your ultimate job as an information technology professional is to protect the user's data at all costs. To secure your perfect score of 900, you have to know the physical and electrical reasons why data suddenly vanishes or scrambles, and the exact steps you must take to diagnose the hardware causing it. Let us take a deep dive into the microscopic world of digital storage to understand exactly how this happens. On a traditional mechanical hard disk drive, your data is written as billions of tiny magnetic charges on a spinning glass or aluminum platter. Over a long period of time, this magnetic alignment can naturally begin to fade, a process known as bit rot or magnetic decay. However, a much more sudden and catastrophic cause of data loss on a mechanical drive is a physical head crash. If a laptop is dropped or bumped heavily while the hard drive is actively spinning, the microscopic read and write head can physically slam into the magnetic platter. This violent collision permanently gouges the physical coating right off the disk. Any data that was stored in that specific physical location is instantly and permanently destroyed, resulting in severe data loss. When the operating system later tries to access a file that spans across that damaged area, known as a bad sector, it simply cannot read the missing pieces. The system will freeze, stutter, or throw a file corruption error directly to the user. Solid-state drives do not have any moving parts to crash, but they are absolutely not immune to data corruption. Solid-state drives store data by trapping electrical charges inside microscopic NAND flash memory cells. Every single time you write or erase data, these delicate cells degrade just a tiny little bit. This is called the drive's endurance or write cycle limit. If a solid-state drive is used heavily for many years, those memory cells eventually wear out and lose their ability to securely trap the electrical charge. When the charge leaks out, the binary ones and zeros flip, silently corrupting the data inside the file. Another massive threat to solid-state drives is an unexpected power loss. If the computer loses power or the user forcibly holds down the power button while the solid-state drive controller is in the middle of writing a complex block of data, that file is chopped in half, leaving a corrupted, unreadable fragment on the drive. Beyond physical hardware failure, you must also be prepared to troubleshoot logical data corruption on your exam. This happens when the actual storage hardware is perfectly healthy, but the file system map, such as the master file table in a Windows environment, gets scrambled. If the operating system loses the digital map that points to where the file is stored, the file effectively vanishes, resulting in data loss. This logical corruption is frequently caused by malicious software, specifically ransomware, which intentionally encrypts the user's files and scrambles the data until a ransom is paid. For your certification exam, you must know how to properly respond to these scenarios. The absolute first rule of data loss or corruption is that you must immediately stop writing any new data to the suspect drive. If a user accidentally deletes a file, the data is still physically on the disk, but the operating system has simply marked that space as available for new data. If you continue to use the computer, you will permanently overwrite the old data. To diagnose physical degradation before a total failure occurs, you must regularly check the self-monitoring analysis and reporting technology, or SMART, attributes of the drive. The SMART data will clearly show you if the drive is accumulating relocated sectors or uncorrectable red errors, which are the loudest warning signs of impending data corruption. If the data is truly lost and the drive is physically failing, software utilities will not save you. You must rely on a previously established backup, such as restoring the files from a cloud storage provider or rebuilding the data from a redundant array of independent disks. If no backup exists, the only professional recommendation you can make is to immediately power down the drive and send it to a specialized data recovery laboratory where technicians can extract the raw data using advanced forensic tools.